Hey everybody, what's going on? Today is going to be, let's see, this is Monday, is the 21st, Tuesday 22nd, Wednesday 23rd. This is the 24th of September. It's Thursday. I'm recording this on Monday as I just kind of hang in my basement. I actually managed to find some different lights so I don't have this giant, enormous halogen bulb above me. So I'm trying to create a little more ambiance, a little more soothing energy here in the room. But what I'm here today to do today is to talk to you about today's assignment as a wrap up, kind of a summative assessment of what you've done this week, starting out by just understanding the responsibility that we have as citizens that come with our freedom. So Monday I had you take the citizenship test, and I'm assuming that for a lot of you it was hard. There's a lot of stuff that's in there, and that's only 30 of 100 questions. So what I wanted you to see on that is what other people who aren't just given these rights, the people who come from other places, they have to work, they have to earn them. And I sometimes know that I do it, and I feel like people in this country do it, where we don't appreciate the work it took to get us these rights and the work that it takes to continue to have them for all these hundreds of years. So you did that. Then on Tuesday, what you did is you watched a couple of videos, you watched a video talking about free speech and social media. And what I asked you to do was to write a couple paragraphs just on whose responsibility is it. Is it the government's responsibility to censor things? Can the government take things down from there? If the government were to take things down, is that a violation of the First Amendment? Or are social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter violating people's First Amendment right by taking things down? To me, it feels like those are places of business, not public political forum. So I had you right on that. Yesterday, we talked about freedom of the press, and what I gave you was 2 articles that are about the exact same thing: the vaccine to the coronavirus, and how the Democrats have said that they wouldn't trust President Trump when it comes to a vaccine, and how Fox News, talking about the same thing, is talking about how the Democrats won't take a vaccine at all. And it's just to show you what our freedom of the press gives us. We have a system that allows both of those viewpoints to be seen and heard. But our responsibility as citizens, and we're not journalists yet, or maybe we are, but our responsibility as citizens is to sift through that information and pick out what is true, to pick out facts. And what I had you do is fill out a Venn diagram, trying to see if there were things that fit into both articles, if there were points that were both made. Is there things in there that are true on both sides? Because in our world of information, where press is everywhere, you can find news and media everywhere in the world, and it's being flooded at you. You have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 sources and really look at them and say, where do they all line up? What are things that are accepted in all of these? And that's our responsibility of having a free press. It's not just about the writers and journalists writing freely. It's about our responsibility to dissect that information and figure out what's true. So that's been this week. Now today, I want you to kind of sum up what you've done by taking a look at another piece of the First Amendment, which is the freedom to petition. And what you're going to do to show me what you've done this week, that you understand the responsibilities that come with our freedoms, is you're going to write a petition. Now, how this ties to what we've done. Free speech means you can say whatever you want, but that doesn't necessarily get change. Having a free press to hear stories doesn't necessarily get change. Petitioning the government does. That is what the founders put into our Constitution to allow us the opportunity to change things that we think are wrong. Now we have a chance to change things. Things will change on November 3rd. It's about a little less than 50 days away. By voting, but we only get to vote every 1 year, 2 year, 4 years, 6 years. So the right to petition is there for us to try to change things that we think are changed, ways that we've been wrong. So what you're going to do to summarize what we've done this week is you're going to write a petition for something that you think should change. And you can either make it a rule at SHPA or you can make it a law that is actually in our country. You're going to have both of those options. So right now, I'm going to walk you through those steps. So I'm going to switch over to my screen share. All right, screen share. I want to do my Chrome tab. All right. All right, so petition, being a voice for change. Freedom to petition the government for redress of grievances. That's what we're doing. We're going to petition the teachers of the school or anyone you can talk to about righting a wrong or something that you think is unjust or whatever it might be. Okay, so this is an old picture of me. One time I was working an event and they gave me a bullhorn and a clipboard, and I found it very appropriate for this activity. That's why I picked it. So write a petition for a law you would like to change. Is there a rule at SHPA or a law you would like to see changed? This is your chance to do that. That's why we have petitions, so that way someone can say, this is something I'd like to see change, and these are all the people that agree with me. The thing with a petition is it's really great, especially if you can get a whole bunch of people to sign it. So right now you see petitions for voting rights. You see petitions for everything. You see petitions for opening up golf courses and opening up restaurants and opening up gyms. There's petitions for everything, you know? So people do that. They write a petition to try to change something. And the way they get it changed is by getting people who agree with them to sign it. And then they take it to a leader and say, hey, I would like this change. And these are all the people that agree with me. What is a petition and why is it in the Bill of Rights? Okay, so I explained a little bit already about what a petition is, but in the Bill of Rights, I haven't read this to you, I don't think, all week, so I'm going to. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. So, after the Constitution was done, this was the first amendment that was made to it. And this is the first language. So the founding fathers said this has got to be important. So your right to petition the government for redress of grievances is how we get things changed. We take these to our elected officials and they listen and hopefully change them for us and make things better. What is a redress of grievances? Redress means to make something right. Grievance is a fancy way of saying a complaint. So when you want a redress of grievances, that means you want someone to make a wrong right. So whatever law or rule, if you choose a law or a rule, you want to explain to people why you think that's wrong, why you've been wronged, and how you want them to make it right. So again, this is just the next step from having free speech. It's great to have free speech and go out and say things and do things, but this is the next step in citizenship to actually take action to make change. Along with peacefully assembling, that's something we're going to talk about next week. These are the steps we take to enact change. Our government is such that we have lots of measures to be able to change things we don't think are right. And this is one of the ways. It's a huge part of citizenship. Huge part of citizenship. All right, so here's how you write a petition. These are the steps you're going to take. 1, what is your complaint? 2, who or what is to blame for this complaint? 3, who do you need to petition in order to fix a complaint? Who are you writing to? So when you're writing a petition, say you want to change a rule at SHPA, you would write a petition to Ms. Farrell or Mr. Gooch. or to me or whoever. Number 4, what do you want to get to make the situation better? So what would the redress be for your grievance? How are you asking them to fix it? Number 5, how will them fixing it make the world better? How are you going to make the situation better? And then 6, get signatures of people who agree with you. Those are the steps. What's your complaint? Who or what's to blame? Who do you need to talk to in order to get that thing fixed? What do you want in order to make the situation better? How will that make the situation better? And get people to sign it. That's what you're going to do. All right. So obviously this would be way more fun if we were all in school and you could go around to different people and get them to sign it. That's not the case. All right. So here's your assignment. And this is your assignment today. You got the rest of today if you're on campus or, off campus, whatever it is. Write a petition by, oh shoot, I got a typo in there. By answering, the questions on the previous slide. The more detailed you are, the more likely people will sign it. When picking what you'll petition for, pick something you really care about. This is a key part. Don't write a petition for something that doesn't mean anything to you. Write a petition about something that's meaningful and important to you. That way you can show your passion, because you're gonna want to try to get people to sign it. I will give you, I can't in good conscience right now go out and have you talking to a bunch of people around your classrooms and whatnot. So I'm going to make this very specific. I will give you 1 extra credit point for each teacher or staff member you get to sign your petition. Now that doesn't mean actually sign. You don't actually have to physically get them to sign a piece of paper. If you can get a staff member to reach out to me and say that you presented your petition to them, I will give you 1 extra credit point for each teacher you do that to, up to 5 points. So unlike when we would normally do a petition and I have you have as many people as possible sign it, I'm only doing teachers because I want you to have to explain to them why this is important to you and why it should change. So that is our assignment. Write a petition and present it to teachers and have them let me know that you presented it. All right, so to end this, I'm gonna leave this little screenshot up of the last slide. It's gonna project up there, or you can go back to it if you need to. Hopefully, if you're watching Mr. Wongard, he'll just leave those questions up there. He's a great resource to be able to help you with this. So much love to y'all. Thursday, we're summing up everything we've done this week about what good citizenship looks like. Petition is a huge part of it. Petition is a huge part of it. If there's something you think is wrong, you got to try to do something about it. All right, let's get it. Have a great day.